Some people on the no shampoo trend believe that washing your hair every day can make your hair fall out. But then there's people on the other side saying that if you don't wash your hair, then your hair will fall out. So who is right? There's so much information out there. Well, your boy did a lot of research, and I'm here to tell you exactly what I found out. So the first question I started to dive into was whether or not it was normal to lose hair after not washing it. And there wasn't a whole lot of direct studies saying, oh my gosh, if you don't wash your hair will fall out. But I did find a study that showed that lower washing frequency may be associated with increased hair loss. And it makes sense because washing your hair less will increase the sebum, which is the natural oil that your hair produces, and it will also increase your scalp sensitivity. And I actually found this cool chart that shows how hair loss and texture can be affected by your washing frequency. So it showed that when you wash your hair less than once a week, then you would experience the most high level of hair loss. And if you look at the people who did daily washing, they had the lowest rate of hair loss. So that means that if you are worried about hair loss, it's better to wash your hair every day than to do the no shampoo trend. And the chart also shows that the more you wash your hair, the less brittle it becomes. And when you completely cut off shampooing your hair, this will most likely lead to dandruff. As this study shows. Yeah, that's right. Your boy did some research. So the second question I wanted to dive into was how often should you wash your hair then? Because it seems like today, if you wash your hair, you're known to be like the bad guy nowadays. But what I found is all that's BS. It will actually go in, clean your scalp effectively. And I found that most people should be washing their hair at least every 2 to 3 days. And what I personally found and what I've been sticking to for a long time now is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, shampoo and condition your hair. It's that simple. But of course it can be more complicated than that because it really does depend on your hair type, hair texture, and just like what your hairstyle is. Because if you're someone with like super tight coils and it gets dry super fast, you probably are gonna have to wash it more often than me. And what I notice a lot of people get wrong is that they think shampooing and washing your hair will make your hair fall out. But that's not the case. And actually, it is okay to see some hair fall out. Because you gotta remember, it is actually normal for most people to lose about 100 hairs a day. And you'll see most of them in the shower. But if you're someone who's seeing like way more than 100 come out in the shower, then I mean, yeah, you might have a hair loss condition. But just know that it's not because of you washing your hair. That's not the problem. It's probably because you have a hair loss condition. So I'd probably go get that checked out, I'm not gonna lie. So that brings me on to my third question. So let's say you are someone that is dealing with hair loss. How often should you wash your hair then? I mean, look, I get it. Once you are experiencing some sort of hair loss, every time you go in to take a shower, you're seeing all those hairs all over the shower, all over your hands. And you're probably thinking to yourself like, yo, I'm just never gonna shower. I keep losing hair after every shower. I'm telling you, man, doing the no shampoo trend will not make your hair stop falling out. I mean, your hair's gonna shed regardless whether or not you wash it. And as the research shows, it shows that washing your hair more frequently might actually reduce the hair loss. So literally the opposite of no shampoo. So if you are someone that is a bit concerned about hair loss, you can look for some sort of medicated shampoo to help you with that. I know there's some like minoxidil type shampoos, there's caffeine shampoos. I know ketoconazole is a very popular ingredient found in those types of shampoos. So I'd say if you're going to look for one of those, look for the one with ketoconazole as an ingredient. All right, and then the fourth thing I looked up was, is it better to not wash your hair at all or to wash your hair more than you should? And what I found out is that it's actually better to wash your hair more often than to not do it at all. A study I found showed that increasing the hair wash frequency could result in less flaking, redness, itchiness, and scalp fungi that can lead to dandruff and other scalp problems. And then the fourth question I looked up was like, okay, I see these people, especially on TikTok, saying they haven't washed their hair in like months. So I was like, okay, what happens if you don't wash your hair for just a month? And I'm not gonna lie, the results didn't really surprise me. It just showed that it's gonna have a lot of built up grease, oil, and just kind of makes your scalp unhealthy. And I know the arguments against what I'm saying. A lot of people that are for the no shampoo movement will say, oh, you just gotta rinse your hair and that'll get rid of all the product buildup. But I couldn't find any evidence that supported that just rinsing your hair could completely get rid of all that buildup, or that it's any better than just using a shampoo that is guaranteed to get rid of all that buildup and all that oil. So just use shampoo, man. And then the fifth thing I want to talk about is, so if you have a very unhealthy and dirty scalp, will that cause hair loss? What I found out actually surprised me. So no, it does not directly correlate to hair loss. But what I did find is that scalp buildup can cause infections like hair follicle inflammation, and this can result in hair loss and even scarring on the scalp. So what I gathered from that is use a shampoo to remove all the oils and buildup so that your scalp can be healthy. So question number 6 is, how often should you wash your hair for hair growth? So as we just talked about, washing your hair more frequently will actually lead to less hair loss. So then how often should you wash your hair if you want hair growth? Well, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I couldn't find too many studies about this, but like I saw in the other studies, it just showed that washing your hair more frequently just led to better all hair. So like I said, I think the best general guidance I can give you is to wash your hair maybe 2 to 3 times a week. And again, if you are experiencing some sort of hair loss, make sure to use some sort of medicated shampoo. And then question number 7, this is a big one. What causes hair loss? So yes, as we just discussed, not washing your hair may lead to more hair loss than washing your hair more frequently, but I did not find that that is the main cause of hair loss. Honestly, what I found out is that it's mainly just genetics. It could be because you're super stressed out, or maybe you have a vitamin deficiency. But in conclusion, your hair loss is probably not mainly due to the fact that you are on the no shampoo trend.